the British newspaper, which spilled the beans on the NSA and was in turn forced to destroy materials provided by Edward Snowden, it came clean on why it had to give in to government pressure. The Guardian editor said that London threatened legal action to stop the paper from reporting the sensitive leaks altogether. So they agreed to destroy the original data, which had nevertheless already been copied. Tessa Arcilia has this report.
You've had your fun. Now it's time to return the documents, said the unnamed government official to the newspaper editor. It could be the stuff of movies, only it isn't.
We were faced effectively with an ultimatum from the British government that if we didn't hand back the material or destroy it, they would move to law.
In recent months, the Guardian newspaper has come to be known as the paper that's been exposing secret material from a trove of information passed on to it by former contractor of the National Security Agency, Edward Snowden. But in recent days, the editor of the newspaper has also publicized what had gone on behind closed doors here, how security officials had ended up in the basement of their offices, overseeing the destruction of hard drives and computers which contained the very information the paper's been exposing.
A bizarre turn of events, Alan Rusbridger says, that came all the way up from the Prime Minister's office.
Once it was obvious that they would be going to law, I would rather destroy the copy than hand it back to them or allow the courts to freeze our reporting. And I was happy to destroy it because it was not going to inhibit our reporting. We would simply do it from America and not from London.
A 21st century possibility in a highly digital and connected world. The revelation by Rusbridger came just a day after the detention of David Miranda, partner of the Guardian journalist Glenn Greenwald, the journalist who had broken the story of Snowden's leaked NSA materials. Miranda was detained under the UK's Terrorism Act and was held and questioned for 9 hours at the Heathrow airport. It caused an outcry among politicians, journalists, and even David Anderson, the independent reviewer of terrorism laws, who demanded an explanation, prompting the UK Home Office to go on the offensive.
The government and the police have a duty to protect the public and our national security. Those who oppose this sort of action need to think about what they're condoning.
If they want to protect the public, to tell the public what it is they're protecting them from. A generalized statement about terrorism in general doesn't really do the trick. You've got to be able to say, well, the information he's got would endanger the public for the following reasons. You've got to have reasons for it. No such reasons have been advanced.
Miranda's detention, as well as the destruction of computers in the Guardian's basement, have put one of Britain's most respected newspapers in the spotlight. The storyteller has become the story.
This is a very damaging moment, actually, for Britain's reputation for free speech. It's being laid bare the way that the British state is very prepared to use terrorism legislation, to use accusations of terrorism, in order to shut down what looks to be journalistic practice, good, healthy, investigative journalism.
But some have pointed to a noticeably lackluster response from the country's other newspapers following Rusbridger's revelations, especially considering that press freedom appears to be at stake.
The business of reporting securely and having confidential sources is becoming difficult. In these documents, there is the stated ambition to scoop up everything and store it all and to master the internet. This is the language that's being used internally.